Hey, what's going on, guys? It's TrekYT here, Ornick, back at it again with another brand new episode of the SkyRegions SkyBlock. And I just want to quickly thank you guys again for how much support that these episodes have been getting. I can tell that all of the new people that are coming are really enjoying that series, and I hope that you guys stick around for my other videos in the future as well. So, without further ado, guys, let's jump right into this episode. So, starting things off, I want you guys to take a little quick peek at my inventory, dude. I got a dead bush. So as you guys know, that's kind of like my thing on here. On most of my videos, I normally have an enchanted dead bush. Now I can't actually get an enchanted dead bush in survival mode, so in SkyBlock I can't get one, but a dead bush will have to do. And as you guys know, you can't actually get a dead bush on here unless you have just your spawn island. So when you start a new island, you spawn in with 2 on your desert island. So I actually had to find somebody that hadn't destroyed their island already and then buy it off him. So that's how I got this bad boy, and you need silk touch shears for it as well. So one thing that I want to mention real quick is I've opened up my shop now. I've started to stock it up. I've got some nether brick, got some quartz, got some obsidian, all this stuff. Even this one's my big ticket item. A lot of people buy that glowstone. I like to AH it often so that way people can see it even when I'm not in my store. So if you guys want to check out my shop, just come to IS Warp TrekYT. I leave it unlocked when I'm not on and when I am not recording. So if you guys ever would like to peek in here, maybe even just look at it. So you guys can even come up here. I even added some ladders so you guys can see the storage part up here. Now there's not too much more to my island as of right now, but by the end of this episode, our island is going to be looking like one of the best islands on Fantasy. So without further ado, guys, I think what we're going to do first is we're going to start off by doing ourselves a sky key. So let's warp over to the crates. So as you guys know, we have only won like 2 good things out of the crates, and that is the island level of 100, and we won /feed that one time. So that's all that we've ever gotten out of it. The rest is $30 kits or a diamond block. So hopefully I think I got a villager spawn egg one time, but let's see if we can't get something good out of it this time. And boom. Ooh, 2 more sky keys. GG. So that means I guess we get to do more than one today. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw one over here. 32 XP bottles, not too bad, and $75 kit. So that's not too bad either. And actually right now, I'm gonna do my kit Griffin as well, because, you know, why not? So I did my kit Griffin. I don't really care about all this armor stuff like that. I've kind of decided that I'm just gonna get rid of it and drop it at spawn, because there's definitely other people that could use this stuff. But I am going to keep everything else. So let's go back to our /IS. And what I want to do before we go ahead and do our huge time lapse that we're going to do in today's episode is I want to start getting more of a money source. As you can see, I do have $581,000 on here, which I've done a lot of selling things. So I'm a businessman, you know, I'm a businessman. So I like to sell my stuff as much as I can, because often people will buy that, such as the glowstone. So I take advantage of being able to go way far out in the nether and gather it, and then I sell it to other people that don't actually have that, I guess, that luxury of being able to go all the way out there. So that's one way that I make my money. I still have my secret money source, but I want to get a more well-known money source. Now I'm not going to go straight to the village spawner yet. I think we're going to start off with a cow spawner. So I think that's what we're going to do in today's episode to start things off. Let's go do a cow spawner. Now I have this space under here that I've been trying to fill in with some lapis blocks, and I think that down here would be a great place for a cow spawner, because if anyone comes into my shop, if they're standing right here and we have cow spawners right here, boom, that's free money for me. So I think that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead, start to clear out a space for our thing. I think what we're gonna start off is probably gonna start off with, like, I honestly don't even know how many. I think we're gonna start off with like 10 spawners, and then we'll work our way from there, because we can get a decent amount since it's only $15,000 per spawner, and 10 spawners is 150,000, and that's not too much taken away from our bank. So I'm gonna go ahead and start gathering a couple of the materials for this, and then we can go ahead and build this money source. So I have decided to start gathering some materials, and I've actually found out where I want this thing to go, and I've decided how many spawners I want. So as of right now, this is where my, I guess, the hoppers are going to go for this thing. So I'm gonna have to dig this layer out, and then after that I think we're gonna have to dig out a little bit of the sides, because I'm gonna need to have some chest storage, and then I think we'll be good. So this is where the hoppers are gonna go, and what I want to do for this, I need to dig out these sides right here. Now for doing this, I'm probably gonna transform you know what? Actually, I'm going to take this all out, and we're going to make this a little room over here. Hopefully, we can dig out this whole room like this. That should be good. It doesn't have to be anything crazy because no one's ever going to be down here. It's only going to be a collection point because for the most part, if I'm up on my island like AFK or something like that, it'll be running. And if someone's at shop, it'll be running. So this is basically where it's going to be. Maybe we'll go one higher just because I want it to be a little more spacious. So I'm going to dig this out. I'm going to put down the hoppers and then probably the chest as well. And then we can go ahead and build the actual thing together. So I'm going to do that and I'll catch you guys back after the boring work. So there we go. We put these bad boys in and now we have a home set. So now we have home collect, and now they have updated it. So now the I guess donors and stuff like that, now we have our correct amount of homes. So that means I have 7 home sets. So this is basically what it looks inside. It's nothing too pretty because it's basically just going to be where I collect everything from. So next what we have to do is we have to start to build this up, but we have to go ahead and find ourselves a ceiling. So this is going to be my ceiling. It's going to be right here like this. It's going to go all the way across. That was way too many. Right to here. So I'm going to go ahead and start to build the skeleton of this. Now this thing is going to be in no way pretty looking because it doesn't really need to be pretty looking because no one's really going to ever see it. So that's fine with me because after, in the future, we're most likely just going to try to fill up this entire inside with lapis just to get as much island level out of it as possible. So right now I'm just doing the sides out of lapis because I don't really care that much, but what I want to do is I think I actually want to go up to /is and I want to grab some glowstone because what I want to do with the glowstone is I want to have just a little bit of light down there. I don't think it really matters too much, but I want to have it anyway. So like this. And then I want to go ahead, we will dig out this centerpiece right here, turn it all into glowstone, and then I think that'll give us enough light sources. Now, I don't think cows need any light to spawn, but I think why not give it to it just in case. So, go like this, over, that was one too many, break these 2, and then I'm going to go ahead, fill the rest of this in, catch you guys back when we are actually starting to wire things up and add the spawners. So where I've gotten to is I've gotten to the point where I need to go ahead and put in my lava. Now the lava is basically to kill the cows when they fall through and then burn. So if you guys don't actually know how a cow spawner works. So I think I need this many buckets of lava and we're going to try to place them perfectly even. I don't think fire spreads on, so I don't think we will have to worry about anything burning. So go like that, and then, crap. I have no idea how I'm going to do the middle. I think what we're going to do, let's go to IS. I'm going to actually, yeah, whatever. I'll go to IS, grab some cobblestone, and then I'll place the cobblestone down just so that way I can, I guess, block off the side of it. And then after that, we'll break the cobblestone, and that won't really matter if it burns. So go like this, block it up like this, so that way we can place up against it. Place all of this lava down now. Yeah, I think this is exactly enough. So that's great. So I'm going to go ahead and place the rest of this lava down, place the side blocks for this, and I'm basically going to set everything up. So basically all we have to do is throw in some pistons and then throw in some of these spawners. And then it should be working. So hopefully this works. Okay, so that worked. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I'll catch you guys back afterwards. So basically at this point, what I need to do is I need to place in the grass. Now this is where the cows are going to spawn, right here. They're going to spawn on here. The spawner is going to be up against this grass, and then they're going to fall down and then die. So that's basically how that works. So I have this in place. Now I need to go ahead. Let's just buy ourselves, actually before we do that, I want to put in our pressure plates, like so, on all sides. And then we will go ahead and buy our spawners. Now, I only did 18. So we are, how many is that short? So 1, 2, like that. Should give us enough. There we go. So we're going to be 2 short. So that means I need to, I'm going to go craft ourselves up 4 more sticky pistons and 4 more repeaters. So there we go. We do now have everything for the most part that we do need, I believe. So one last thing that I need to do is I need the block that will go ahead and push them off. So we're going to use lapis. So what I need to do first, block off like so. I think that's enough back because this guy is going to be, so this block right here. Yes, so this is going to be a piston. That needs to be a block. So let's actually go ahead, place all of these down like so. So this needs to be a block all the way across. Let's do the exact same thing on this side. It was like this, right? So right there. Now this block is basically the block that I believe Bud powers it. So basically we put the piston on top of this guy. Let's try to get inside there real quick. Put the piston right here. This block will then now have this on it. Then the spawners go in there. And the same thing on this side. And then we throw the repeaters on top of that. And that's what powers the actual piston to push the guy off. So now that we have that, let's go ahead and go to /up. So I believe we need to buy 22 spawners. That is quite a lot of spawners. So let's add that, and add that. 22 spawners. That just put us out a lot of cash. But, so if we do this, we throw that, boom, look at that. So now we have spawners already working. So let's go ahead, put all of these in. Get out of my way, cows. You're in my way. You're about to get pushed off. Come on, cow, get out of the way. Get out of the way. There we go. So this thing looks like it's going to be working pretty amazing. So I'm going to go ahead and place the rest of these down. I'm going to place everything down, and then I'll go ahead and I'll catch back with you afterwards. So there we go, guys. This is basically what our cow spawner is going to look like. Now, I'm just standing here, and as you guys can see, cows are just flying down and dying. So this is absolutely amazing. This means that if someone is ever at my shop, this should also go ahead and kill all these cows as well. So let's go now to home collect and see how fast this thing is actually working. So we're going to teleport down there and see how much stuff we already have after not very much time. So as you can see, these chests are already starting to fill up, and I can see these chests filling up really quickly. So this is a great sign. So I'm going to go ahead, after I take all this cobblestone out, we're going to go ahead, grab all this stuff and see how much stuff we have already. We've been here for not even like 30 seconds, and I want to see how much stuff is already in here and see how much money this thing could possibly make me anyways. So let's go like that, and let's go to /shop. Let's see how much this stuff sells for. So all of that sold for $81. That's not bad for 30 seconds. And then the leather will sell separately over here, and boom. So that made us like $42. So I think this thing, like as you can see, it's still filling up. I think that if we spend time around here, or have other people spend time around here, it's going to make us a lot of cash, as well as the other income sources that we're doing as well. So I think what we're going to move on to next is make sure that we have all the resources that we need for when we go ahead and we do the top part of this island. This is the main focal point of this episode. I think this is the reason why a lot of you guys came here for this episode. As you can see, we have this blank island. Now, we need to go ahead and cover all of this stuff up, but the reason why last episode I didn't go all the way up to there is because I'm not exactly sure if I want to keep this thing flat. So I may want to have some elevation change. Like I may want to bring, let's say like this side down. Look how much space we could bring this thing down so much more and save on a lot of space and get ourselves a little more definition to our island. So I think what we're going to do next is we're going to go ahead and make sure that I have everything that I can possibly need. Maybe go ahead and do something before we do the time-lapse, but as of right now, I think that is what is planned for. So guys, we are warping over to our island real quick. Basically, I did a lot of off-camera grinding to sell some more glowstone. As you can see, we sold a ton of it, and we're almost at 600k. Now, huge update just happened in the SkyRegions worlds and stuff like that, and all the servers. They have actually taken out villager spawners. If you go ahead and check /shop, they are gone, and they now have implemented iron golem spawners. So that means that the price of villager spawn eggs has shot way up. So I have a guy that is willing to pay 115k for this villager spawn egg. And now I really don't care too much about villagers. I really don't plan on doing too much with them in the future, because realistically I don't see them as too good of a money source, and I don't really care that much about island level, to be honest, because I really don't think I'm going to catch up to any of the people that are on island top. Like, I don't think I'm going to be able to get up to 35,000. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to /AH sell 100, let's type this in right, $15,000. So I'm going to message him back saying in AH, see what he says, and there we go, it has sold. Now we have 714,000. No problem, dude. Thank you. So now we are that much more richer, and that's actually coming in at a great time, because what we're going to do now, guys, is I have done a little bit of resource gathering. It's been a couple of hours since I recorded last. I've done a lot of grinding, and we are now ready to go ahead and start time-lapsing the top part of this island. Now, I'm going to split the time-lapse up into two sections. First section is I'm going to want to go ahead and let's go to home top real quick so I can explain this. We're going to want to go ahead and do the rest of the outside. So we're going to try to, I guess, shape the top parts, and it's not going to be flat. So if you see down here, I was talking about how I wanted to bring this down a little bit. Now what I want to do is I want to sort of have like a shape that goes like this and comes down towards that way, so it's like almost like a little curve. Now I'm going to do that in this time lapse right now, so I'm going to have to take down a little bit of this, try to get more of the shape that I really want. So I'm going to do this more with the stone, and then I'll just match this part. So I'm going to make this flat, and then I'll go back and I will, I guess, detail it a little bit more afterwards. I have an image in my head that I know is going to come out well. So right now, guys, we're going to jump into the time lapse, and I hope you guys enjoy. So if you did enjoy that quick little time lapse, we're going to do one more by the end of this episode. We're actually not going to be able to finish this entire island this episode, but that gives me something to start off next episode with, because what I want to do now is I want to take a little break in between that. And I also, before I want to do anything, I want you guys to look at my balance. 1.2, almost 1.3 mil. So in between clips, often I go in between clips like 2, 3, maybe 6 hours in between clips, because I like to get as much done in episodes and like to get as much progress done. So that's why a lot of the time my SkyBlock episodes they take forever to come out. So that's why, because it takes me so long to record each episode, because I want them to be as jam-packed as possible. But what I want to do next is I now want to go ahead and make a way up to the top of this. Now, I have an idea for this. We're going to have to take out...